While we're waiting though for some more people to jump on, I'll either remind you, if you were watching on Wednesday evening on my business page, Stampin' Scrap with Mary Knabe, or if you weren't, I'll show you the projects that I made and showed on Wednesday evening in that Facebook Live. So on that Facebook Live, I taught the embossed resist technique. So you heat emboss and then you go over it with ink, and I showed people how to use our very new, very fun, very simple to use blender pens. I love them. I've been waiting. I've seen these out on the market, but I've been waiting to see if Stampin' Up! Would eventually get them, and they have, so I'm thrilled. So here's a sample of one I made. I used white embossing powder and the heat tool on the flower, and then I used the blending brushes to put the color on around it. Here's another one, super simple, the white embossed bouquet of flowers. And then I used the blender brush to add soft suede, crumb cake, and then a little bit of Flirty Flamingo. And here's another one I showed. This time I did gold embossing, which is always fun. And then again used the blender brushes to add cherry cobbler and mossy meadow. And of course, the more layers of that ink you blend on, the deeper and darker and richer the colors will be. So I went for kind of a light color with it a little darker in the middle. I did this one quickly last night, and that's fun. My berries are simply the large pearls colored with cherry cobbler Stampin' blends. And then this Highland Heather card is the one I made in the demonstration, with this being the sample. Super easy to do, super easy to do. And one thing I thought of this morning when I was looking at these again is I cut individual pieces of white cardstock to emboss and blend on, but I really could have stamped and embossed an entire sheet of cardstock and then cut that down to the 4 pieces I would need for making 4 cards. So super fun. I have not chosen a winner for this yet. I have to go back and look at that video, but somebody will win this card. So that's always fun. And I'll give away a card today also, so be sure you're watching till the end. Okay, a couple of announcements. First of all, I am offering 2 free classes with the purchase of either the Quite Curvy bundle, which is a stamp set and dies, or if you buy the Variety bundle, which includes Quite Curvy stamp set, Curvy Christmas stamp set, the Curvy dies, and a full package of classic Christmas 6x6 designer series paper. So if you buy the bundle, the Quite Curvy bundle, the stamp set and dies, here's 2 of the cards that you'll make in the free class kit I will ship to you. And then if you buy the Variety bundle, which is $70.50, and I should mention that is priced so that if all 4 of those items were sold separately, you are receiving a 10% discount on all 4 of those products if you buy that Variety bundle. And in that case, I'm going to send you products or a kit to make 6 cards. So 6 cards in each, but if you buy that Variety bundle, you get both free classes. Okay, Quite Curvy bundle, you get 1 free class. The Quite Curvy Variety bundle, I have to remember the big bundle with the 4 items, then you get both classes free, and each card will have 6 or each class will have 6 cards. So it's a good deal. And you just have to order that on my website using the host code or contact me by phone or email, and we'll get that squared away so that you can get your 1, perhaps even 2 free classes. Okay, and here is a save the date. Mark this on your calendar. November 24th, we are having a 24-hour online extravaganza. Okay, it's a good time for you to stock up on some things that you would like to have, maybe get some things off your wish list from the annual catalog, or perhaps purchase a gift for a crafty friend. So please note that this is for the annual catalog, and with that, they pretty much are putting everything in the annual catalog on sale, 10% off, with the exception of these items on this one sheet. And I've posted this to my, or put it in my newsletter today, and I will post it. Actually, I think I already did post it to Facebook, but I'll be doing it again. So it's fabulous. I'm so excited. Blends are on sale, 10% off. Lots of cardstock, lots of punches. Bundles are an additional 10% off. How cool is that? The Stamparatus will be on sale. If you've been wanting that, now's a great time to get that at 10% off. Okay. Also, if you are interested in joining my team, you can join that day, and I believe you can put the sale items on that starter kit. So that's even better, making the starter kit even more valuable than it already is. So I'm really excited. Remember, it's Tuesday, November 24th, 24 hours only. It includes everything in the annual catalog, not the holiday catalog, just the annual catalog, with the exception of these things that are on this list. So lots, hundreds of items will be on sale. Okay, so here's a peek of our project for today. Let me first show you the sample. Okay, this is my card, and honestly, this could go vertical or horizontal, either direction, but I made this one horizontal. Our friendship is one of a kind with all the different snowflakes, and I used Rococo Rose. So let me show you how I did this, but I am going to change up the color scheme to Balmy Blue. Now for the Slimline cards, you need a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 inches by 7 inches. So this is just about the size of one sheet of cardstock. Our cardstock is 8.5 by 11. So I already have the 8.5 dimension. So I cut off 4 inches here, and that gives me the 7 inches across. And then you want to score that at 3.5 inches. So your finished card will be 3.5 inches by 7.5 inches. Now with that 4 inches that you've cut off, you're going to use the squares. It's the second largest square from the Stitch Shapes dies. I have to say that slowly. That's a mouthful. And I was able to cut out those 3 from that 4-inch piece of cardstock that was cut off to make my card base. So there's not very much waste here. Okay. Then I die cut a bunch of snowflakes. And what I'm using today is from the Snowflake Wonder bundle, both the stamp set and the die cuts. Now you are probably thinking, oh, I don't ever want to cut out all of those snowflakes. Well, guess what? It wasn't that hard, because I was able to cut out several at once. This is half a sheet of cardstock. And I probably could have cut out a couple more little ones in there too. So that's how I do it. I cut some from the Balmy Blue glitter paper, and then I also cut some from silver foil. But if you cut out several at once, then it just makes the process easier. And I like to have more than I need because I can mix and match and play with them. One other thing I wanted to mention is if you want to, and for the sake of time, I'm not going to stamp and die cut snowflakes. We're going to do this one a little bit different, but what I wanted to mention to you here is you can see on each one of these, I have stamped Rococo Rose snowflakes. You might also decide to stamp off and get a little bit lighter shade. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. And the reason I'm not stamping and die cutting snowflakes is because I suppose I even could because they're photopolymer, because I have something else to show you as well. Okay. Hello to Patty and Pam. Oh, Pam's having trouble with her internet. Hi, Susan, Katie, Mary Lou. I'm glad you're all here. Feel free to click share. That helps me greatly. In fact, let's just try to. Let's see how I do stamping this. I have to clean it off because I've already used it on the previous card. But I might be able to handle this since it is, oh yes. My ink pad's pretty juicy. Not perfect, but it works, right? Okay, that one's a little better. And let me stamp one of the other ones. But again, it looks like a lot of work, but it's really not. The other thing is this is a good fun family activity. If you have small children in your home or grandchildren that you see on a regular basis, perhaps even elderly parents, get the whole gang involved in this. And I'm telling you, you're going to have those people who will love to cut out snowflakes in the Big Shot. And then just to get them all involved, you can have them mixing and matching. I'm going to suggest like 2 to 3 layers for your snowflakes that we're going to put on the card. Okay, so let's now do some stamping. What I'm going to do here is stamp some snowflakes on the background of my card base. And for this, I am going to stamp off because I don't want these to overpower what's going on with the die cut squares or die cut snowflakes on the squares. Now here you can see I've got some snowflakes in the center there. Here's my trick for getting them in, and it's approximate. You don't have to be exact. But if you lay your square, one of your squares about in the middle, don't adhere it, just lay it there, and then pull it away and stamp. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Okay, so that's a trick for getting those and kind of having them somewhat evenly spaced. Of course, you can add many more snowflakes if you wish. Now I'm ready to add my squares. Again, these are die cut with the second largest square in the Stitch Shapes dies collection. And I'm putting one at the top first, and what I'm looking at is making sure these 3 sides are evenly spaced. Again, there's going to be a lot happening on this card, so it doesn't have to be exact, but you know, just eyeball it and get it as close as you can. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. And again, I'm looking at those 3 sides And I want approximately the same distance all the way around those three sides. And that looks pretty good. And if you use your multi-purpose glue for this step, it's very, very helpful. Oh, Sylvia, I'm so excited to hear you're working on your countdown calendar. I made a lot last week, and 2 of them I still have to put numbers on. I'm die cutting numbers. So I need to show those really quickly because they're so much fun. If you don't already have that, the kit is $30 and it's excellent. It gives you everything you need to make the Christmas countdown calendar. Plus you can use it for other things. I've changed mine up somewhat and use some other papers, so I'll have to get those out and show you. Okay, now I'm ready to play with my snowflakes. I love this balmy blue glimmer. Actually, I think I'm going to use this one right in the center. And the center one I think is going to be my most fancy, we'll say. We'll see. Oh, that's going to hide a lot of that. Not so sure. So this is what I do. I just kind of play with these different snowflakes. You can layer them just like that, or you can turn them a little bit and give them even more dimension. I am going to suggest that you use mini glue dots here. First of all, that's the best adhesive to use when adhering to glimmer paper. Let's do this one. So you can see there's no rhyme or reason. I just mix and match. This is where I say you can get the whole family involved. You know, kids from 3 and 4 up to 103 and 104. Just have fun with it. I think on each one I'm going to add a glimmer in either a white or a stamped snowflake and then a bit of silver somewhere. So that's what I'm doing on this one. So there's one. For this I need some silver. Ooh, I think I'm going to go that. That's pretty fancy. And you can put more layers on too, or you can use single layers. It's up to you. Maybe I'll put this on here. Oh, how about some silver with this for the center? Kind of like that. Or maybe the white in the back. Nope, I think the silver. Again, glue dots are going to be your best friend when adhering these snowflakes. You don't, just one. It's super easy. All you need is one right in the center there. Oh, that looks fun. And then I want to add some white to that. How about this one? Okay, I think I don't know. Maybe I like this one better. Oh, you know what? I don't have any sparkle on this one. Okay, what do you think? Big sparkle on here or little sparkle? I know which way I'm leaning. Let's see what way you lean. Big sparkle snowflake or big sparkle snowflake or the smaller sparkle snowflake on here? Which do you think? Help me out here. Big. Oh, I was hoping somebody would say big. Not that I would have ignored your request if you're the first one and said small. Oh, there's Pam saying little. If yours had come up first, Pam, I would not have ignored your request. But in my mind, I kept leaning towards that larger snowflake. And then you're ready to adhere your snowflakes to your card front. Whoops. Again, just one dimensional in the back center there. You don't have to worry about getting it perfectly straight or anything. Now on my first card, I have them all lined up down the center of their square. You might even choose to do something like this, offset them. Okay, so what do you think, offset or in a line? Should I offset the top and bottom, meaning put them in the corner, or should I put them in the center? Sharon's first, she says offset. Katie says the line. I think I would have gone the line myself, but hey, I like to change things up, and Sharon was the first to respond, so I'm going with offsetting them. Okay, now we are not finished yet because we can add some embellishments and some ribbon or trim to it if you like. Okay, first of all, I have the adhesive back snowflakes. One sheet is more pinky and the other is more blue-green. So I would choose that for this card. And here you can see I've chosen the snowflakes that have more of a pink hue to them. But they both come in, you get a sheet of each in the package, which is nice because it just gives you, makes them more versatile. Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing questions there. So we have these. I have pulled out some rhinestones, and I think I'm going to go with a rhinestone, a big rhinestone in the center of each snowflake. Oh, I wonder if this take your pick tool is included in the sale. Let me see. Remember, these are the things that are not in the sale. So if I don't see it here, it means it is. That's coloring tools. I'm excited. I think this is on sale too. 10% off the Take Your Pick tool. One of my favorite pieces of, or stamping tools, I should say. Okay, now I think I need to add some of these snowflakes. Should I add some of the adhesive back snowflakes or some of the small rhinestones? What do you think? I think either one. I think either one would work out great. And Pam is asking about the countdown calendar. I don't see any kits. Let me think. I don't see any kits except paper pumpkin kits. I don't see any other kits that are listed on the exclusion list. So I would say yes, it is on sale. Okay, we've got 2 votes for snowflakes. So let's go with that. Up here. And just randomly place them. Whoops. Here, and one here, one up here too. What do you think of that? Do you think we need to add a bow somewhere? I've got this Snowflake Splendor ribbon, and I've also got this, which is fun to use, the mesh. Ooh, that would look cool with the silver. I also have this white cotton bow. What do you think? Thoughts on the ribbon or bow? No thoughts? Oh, maybe you're not there yet. I always have to remember there's a delay between what I'm doing and what you're seeing. So Katie says you're always up for ribbon. No bow, says Sharon. You know, I think I'm going to go with this mesh ribbon just because it's so light and airy. So that's kind of middle of the road between a regular bow and no bow. Just because it's so light and airy, it will not distract from the snowflakes that are already there. Okay, I saw something recently that I need to learn to do. People made a bow and they had 2 loops on each side. And I'm wondering if they did that in one step or if they made the loops and then tied it with ribbon in the back. If you know how to do that, let me know. Oh yeah, I think that's kind of neat. And I need my glue dots. 1 glue dot on the back of the knot will secure it very well. Maybe cut those ends a little bit more. A little too long, I think, for this card. You could even make the bow smaller if you like. Cute, very cute. Now I happen to have some scraps laying around here. Oh, Katie, there is a video on that? Okay, I'll look that up. What do I call it? Double bow? I don't know. Now, I just want to banner cut these ends, but it's just scraps. I'm not pulling out my regular banner punch. And if you don't have a banner punch, use this one, the tailored tag punch, because you can get a nice little banner angle there, especially when your scraps or your strips do not match the size of the other punch. Like this is 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1.5. That's not right. 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch. So if your strips don't match up in here, it's a little bit harder to get that perfect in the middle banner punch. So I use this a lot of times for those odd sizes. And I don't think I want these this long, but I don't want to cut them off until I know how long I want them. We can do the sparkle on the top or the sparkle on the bottom. I think I like the sparkle on the top. And I'm going to do that with just a few glue dots. You know, when I first started stamping, before I was a demonstrator, I didn't buy glue dots. I just thought, you know, really, do we need one more adhesive? Until I bought my first pack and I used them. And Julie Gilson, she's the person I thought of for bows. She makes the most beautiful bows and she does it so quickly. That's the one I'll look up. Thank you, Katie. But I just thought, you know, glue dots were unnecessary. And then I bought my first box of them and used them. I wanted to see what all the hype was about. What was I thinking not using glue dots before then? Crazy. Okay, I don't want it quite this long, so I'm going to snip some off. And then adhere this with my multi-purpose glue. Remember that multi-purpose glue, a little goes a long way. Don't overdo it. That's kind of fun, just add that little thing there. Actually, maybe I'll even add a few snowflakes to the inside. I don't usually put embellishments on the inside of my cards, but this card might call for it. I think that's kind of cute. Just a little something different, a little fun surprise on the inside of the card. So what do you think? It was pretty easy, wasn't it? Okay, and if you don't have the stitched shapes dies, just cut the square to whatever size you think. I think this one is about 2 inches. Yes, it's a 2-inch square. If you're making a standard size card, say for example, like this, you could use even smaller squares. These I think are 1.5. You could probably go even a little smaller than these, okay? Or perhaps offset them and then add your snowflakes. That would be cute too, okay? So this is something that it's a basic layout, but it's super easy to customize and make it your own. All right, how about another project? With this project, you're going to get what I'm calling a 2-for-1. I have pulled out the largest die in that bundle. Now this is not going to do what you think unless you've seen it before. It's not going to cut out a great big snowflake in the way that we think it might. So let's watch and see. It's going to punch out all these little pieces inside. Where's my die brush? So it cut out all of these little negative spaces, and this is what I'm left with. Isn't that fun? So now I'm going to make a card with this, do some layering, and somebody will win this card. I have a piece of silver that I cut 3 inches by 5.5, and I'm going to adhere it right down the center. Oops, I pressed a little hard. I can see the indentations on the front, but that's okay because let me do it this way. Most of it will be covered up. There we go. And then I'm going to add this to the top. I think I'll put it right in the center. You can see if you flip it over, it's easy to see where a few of those teeny tiny bits did not fall all the way through. So just give them a quick poke with your piercing tool and it's all good. This I think I want up on dimensionals. I think that'll look kind of cool. I'm going to use a large dimensional in each corner. And then I want to get up closer to the center. So I'm going to use some of these mini dimensionals in these smaller spaces. And that will help hold up the center of this. And I have another idea of a way you can use this snowflake in a completely different way. And I think we'll have time for me to show you that. Anybody have big plans for the weekend? Mine is to see the Ohio State, Indiana game, Ohio State, Indiana game. And then, and probably be watching with my family. We're all meeting in Cincinnati to celebrate Emily's 24th birthday, which was actually yesterday. So I'm excited. I haven't seen her in several weeks. She's just so busy with her grad school program. So miss her a lot. So I'm excited. And then she'll be home for maybe just a couple of days at Thanksgiving and has to go back for finals. All right, so that is pretty cool, right? But look, we have all these snowflakes. Why don't we make it even fancier with some of these snowflakes? Simply because we can. And it's just, again, it's just fun to mix and match. So I'm using a glue dot here. Trying to think, which way should I go? I'll go this direction. And then I thought I had a small silver one, but I do. Okay. I can pick it up. They're all meshing together there. Ooh, very pretty. I think I need a big rhinestone right in the center. And then should I add small rhinestones around, or should I go back to the adhesive back snowflakes, wherever they are, wherever they went to? There's the pink ones. What happened to my other sheet? I have no idea. Maybe it will have to be these. Does anybody see it? They're probably staring right at me too. Oh, that happens. Does that happen to you? I'm sorry. Go with the rhinestones. You know, Katie, I'm reading your message here. And yes, it can be hard to get motivated with this lockdown and stuff. And Ohio and I'm in the county that's purple, so that's not good. But, you know, I just try to keep everything in perspective. I can be stuck at home, or I can be safe at home. And I'm trying to go with that approach. So I applaud you, Katie, and everybody else who's, finding the silver linings in this. You're going to watch your Oregon Duck game and make Christmas cards. Sounds like a real good plan to me. Susan, I'm so happy for you and your family that your mom gets to be with you at this time. I know that's hard when you haven't seen her in a year. Okay, I think I need a few more rhinestones. How about that? And this is one of those cards that you could use in a vertical or a horizontal position. What do you think? Would somebody like to win this card? What sentiments do I have here? I've got this one. Our friendship is one of a kind. And these are just fun cards to, mix and match and play. Again, get the family involved. Susan, maybe you can do something like this with your family and your mom while she's there visiting. Oh, Sharon, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. Up horizontal is great. Sorry. But you're right, it would look just as good with being a horizontal card. I think I would even maybe put a bow or something up here. But I love it either way. Okay, so somebody will win this card. Susan, you ordered this bundle. Wonderful, wonderful. Sharon, you love to win cards. I know it. We all do. I get excited too if I'm watching somebody's live or they're having a giveaway. And I mean, who doesn't love handmade cards, right? Katie says horizontal. You agree. Katie, wonderful. Bring Smiles to Seniors. I haven't heard of that organization. That is awesome. And you were a nurse for 25 years. It is so hard. My mom was a nurse for 55 years. She was still working when she died. She was working in a nursing home and she was 79. Crazy, but that was her passion in life. And I'm very curious. She's been gone 4 years, and I'm very curious to what sitting down to a conversation with her now during this pandemic would be like. What would she have to say, and that sort of thing. So yeah, we have to applaud all of our frontline workers. So, okay, any questions today? We could do one more quick project if people want. Does anybody want to see one more quick project? It involves treats, mini candy bars. Oh, for those of you that want to stay on, I'm going to go ahead and show this. Okay, so in my Halloween candy stash are these. I love Dutch chocolate, so it's like, and I'm trying to lose weight now, so I'm trying to stay out of that stuff. So if I do something with this, that's less temptation. But here's something fun and easy to do. These make great stocking stuffers. I think I'll use this. It's pretty bright blue, isn't it? Ooh, I like that one even better. I'm trying to coordinate the blue on the candy bars, which is not that important, but if you can, why not? I just have stuff everywhere. Hold on. Okay, leave those there for you to see. Okay, better. Now, what I do for a project like this, if I want to wrap these with designer series paper, I just do a general measurement. And I always like some of the wrapper to be sticking out, so 3 inches would probably be a little too long for me. I'm going to go with 2.5 inches, and then I estimate it's not quite 1 inch across the top and bottom, so that would be 1, 2. The sides are probably like 1/4 inch, no, closer to 1/2 inch. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to go a 2 by 3. And we can adjust if you're making a lot, you know, practice, use some scrap paper to begin with. Before you cut your DSP. So there's 2 inch, no, I said 2.5, didn't I? Did I say 2 or 2.5? I thought I said 2.5. Yeah, I'm gonna go 2.5. So there you go. I should have cut with scrap paper, right? Okay, so 2.5 inches. By 3. Okay. Be a cute little table favor. It could be stocking stuffer or something to put on top of a wrapped gift. Okay, that's perfect. A 2 by 3. Could even go just a little bit shorter on that. Now, I don't like to adhere the paper to the candy. I'd love it when you guys say, sure, you know, show us one more project. Because I try not to let my lives go too long. I know the other night was a little long too. But sometimes I just, you know, I have oodles of things I'd like to show, and seems like there's just never enough time to do it all. So I get excited if I have something extra prepared and you all say, yes, one more project, one more project. Okay. And you're going to do the same thing with the other two. I usually do this kind of thing for stocking stuffers and definitely for table favors a lot with my family. It's just something fun that makes your table a little more festive. And my girls are 24 and 29 now, and they still think it's fun when I have things like this out. The first time Andrea brought her boyfriend over for me to meet him, she brought him into the craft room downstairs and was walking around showing him all the different things. And I remember her, it was Easter time, and I remember her specifically saying, and she just makes all these fun treats and favors for all the occasions. And I was like, wow, girl, you know, she's my oldest, and just makes you feel good. And you know that it's appreciated. It makes it fun for them, and it's appreciated. Oh, I should put some in the St. Nicholas stockings. That's a tradition my family always had. We did the St. Nicholas stockings. So I carry that tradition on with my kids. So that would be something fun to do. Okay, so now from here, I want to stack these because I'm going to tie a ribbon around them. So I'm just going to put some adhesive down the center. And I was going to say, which one do I want on top? The one with the big snowflakes. Doesn't really matter. Do the same here. You just need a little bit to hold it in place while you're tying the ribbon or the bow. Let's see, I have this one. Not sure if I love that with this print. I've got the white one, and I think I'm going to go with the silver. You could just tie a simple knot if you want. You can add a sentiment tag. I'm going to put a bow on this. I don't know why, but I'm like in a bow kind of mood lately. I love ribbon. For a long time, I was a ribbon hoarder. That's not good. Don't hoard your things. Use them up. You spent good money on all that stuff. And it just gives your projects an extra special touch. Same with paper. Cut that designer series paper up. Sometimes people are like, oh, it's so pretty though. And I'm like, but if it's that pretty, just a plain sheet, think of how pretty it's going to be when you turn it into a card or fun project. And cut these ends. I'll do this at an angle this time. Don't worry about getting these ends straight. It's just the nature of the ribbon. Just want to get the same, about the same length. There. So that's that. Cute little thing. You can move the ribbon up or down. You can add a sentiment, maybe from the mini, what's it called? Itty Bitty Christmas stamp set. I was thinking of adding a snowflake here. Just right there in the center. A glitter one would be fun, but I try not to use glitter when it involves food. And I'm looking for my glue dots. Anybody see them? Oh, found my glue dots. Still haven't found the adhesive, the blue adhesive snowflakes. But they will turn up, I'm sure, as soon as I get off my live and start cleaning up. Oh, that's cute. I like that with the little snowflake in the center. Can you see that okay? I'm going to put a little glue dot behind there just to keep that bow laying down. It's wanting to curl upward, and I want it to stay flat. There. Perfect. And of course, you can do this with any size candy bar. Just a fun little thing. Have you noticed too this year, and maybe it's been a few years, but I just noticed it this year. Even, I don't even know if they make what's called the fun size. Those used to be the little candies. Now they're like bite size. But, oh well, it is what it is, right? I guess I don't need that all anyways, but usually I like something to be just a little bit bigger than this when I make these kinds of favors. All right. And again, it doesn't have to be a bow, just a simple ribbon with, in fact, now I feel like I want to move it down to the center. A simple, wrap a ribbon around it and just tie a knot if you want, if you don't want the big bow. Okay. So thank you all for being here today. I know we went a little bit long, but you saw 3 fun projects that I hope have inspired you to do some stamping and creating on your own. I wish you all a happy Friday and have a good weekend, and I will see you Monday. Bye-bye.